Alright YouTube, I'm punishing you yet again with my ugly face in high definition. You can see all my acne and everything. Okay. And my hair probably looks great because I was wearing a hat. Yeah, Well, anyways, this is the second video about this Hewlett Packard nightmare. And it's failing on me, of course. Now, I'm in JU Linux, which is my Linux distribution. And as you can see, I'm installing Office 2007 because the customer said they have to have Office 2007. We don't know why. I mean, OpenOffice does everything that they need it to do, but they just want the comfort of knowing that Office 2007 is here. And of course, they have to have it installed in Windows XP too, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Anyways, she could be using all 360 gigabytes of hard drive space if she just have Linux on here alone, but since she's got Linux and XP, it's going to be split and she's only going to have 160 on each. I can't put her files back on the computer yet because I haven't put antivirus on Windows XP yet. Well, System Rescue CD failed. It wouldn't boot on here, so it's JU Linux to the rescue. JU Linux on a USB stick. So we insert this into here, it's going to boot off of it, and it's going to be awesome. So we hit boom, and I think I have to hit F9 or something on this laptop. And see, normally I don't have these problems, but this is a really weird laptop. So, F9 to change boot order. Come on, give us F9. We're the lucky winners today, playing bingo. I'm kidding. So we hit F9, it's like playing Russian roulette here. Come on, take our commands. Oh, that's right. It doesn't like the USB key being put in that side of the laptop. I forgot about that. Because this laptop is a very, very picky laptop. Okay, let's try that again. So we're going to shut it off. And we're going to turn it back on. And we're going to hit F9 when it comes up. Because we have very nasty nightmare. Okay, so F9, and keep in mind, Linux works better on here than Windows XP. Yes, isn't that funny? Okay, so we're hitting F9 again, and absolutely nothing is happening. Isn't that amazing? Well, okay, that's no good. So, obviously, this computer hates me. So, we're going to shut it off. Come on. Turn it on again. This time, we're going to shove this sucker in while it's turning on, and then hit F9. So, that's coming on. Shove it in. Hit F9. And you can do it. Let's see. Escape to enable startup messages. Whoa, it's doing something. My flash drive flashed. The light on it flashed. This is why I love this laptop. It's such a great laptop. We love this nightmare of a laptop. It's so great. Okay. Thank you, Hewlett Packard. So, can't boot off of a USB key, which I could before, and now it's just being weird. Let's try unplugging the laptop cooler, which is the only thing that's keeping this laptop running right now because it likes to overheat. And let's shut it off. Let's plug our USB device where that was plugged in. And let's hit power. And let's go ahead and hit escape, if it'll let us. Come on now, you can do it. Okay, escape. And F9. Yes. Okay, this time it is working because it likes us. So now we're going to hit USB hard drive. And it sees JU Linux. So we're going to boot, and I'm going to plug the thing that's keeping the laptop alive back in because obviously it's not going to cause a problem now. And we got our nice little penguin here in the middle that's glowing, getting brighter and darker, as you can see there. And it's trying to scare us, and it's starting up, and there was actually somebody that was scared by this penguin before. And so now it's starting. Going to give it a second, and I didn't need to give it a second because JU Linux is just that fast. And I like turned the camera off and then it booted and I was like, holy cow. Okay, and it says the System Rescue CD is still in there. It needs to go away. So we're gonna make it come out. There we go. Take that out of there. Take that System Rescue CD. Okay, now JU Linux, this version of it anyway, I don't think it has gparted by default. So what we need to do is we need to go to, we are in live mode, so that's how this is working. So since I got the terminal open, what I'm going to do is I'm going to type sudo space apt dash get, and you see that right there, right? And then type update. Alright, so now we're going to do our update. Oh, and it's pissed off because it's not connected to the internet, so we need to tell it to connect to the internet. That would be a nice thing. So we're going to give it the password. And now it's going to connect to the internet for us because it's a nice little computer. And it obeys me because I wrote the software. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to force this nightmare Hewlett-Packard to work. It is working. It is working. It is going to connect, or I shall shoot it. When it hears my threats, it will cower, and it will connect to the internet. By the power of the Lord. Okay, let's see if we can make it connect. Oh, the wireless light is on, and it is attempting to connect. Don't tell me I mistyped the password, because if I did, because I was holding this camera, I'm going to blame you guys, and then I'm going to find each and every person that's watching this, and I'm going to come after them somehow. But anyways, let's try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it's going to connect. Oh, it wants a password. What do you know? OWNER. Doesn't matter because it's live, so now we're connected. Okay, so now I just hit the up arrow so I don't have to type all that stuff in again with one hand, and it's going to update the computer, which is great because now it's not really like installing updates, it's just getting the list of updated packages it can install so that I can install gparted. Okay, now I could have stuck, gparted in JU Linux, but then it would have been a bigger image, and yeah, I'll probably do it in the next version. But anyways, so it's doing its nice little thing here, and it's almost done, and it's chugging along here. Come on. Don't make me destroy you. Okay. So, as Darth Vader says. Okay. So it's chugging along, it's chugging along, it's chugging along. On wireless internet, it's really slow. Okay, done. So now what I want to do is I want to hit the up arrow again because I see that update. But I'm going to take that update and I'm going to replace it with gparted. So I'm type gparted, and I'm typing all with one hand here. Okay, enter. Oh, I forgot to type install. Right between the apt-get and the gparted, you have to type install. INSDALL, and yes, there are people out there that do not know how to spell this. Okay, do you want to continue? Yes. Okay, yes, and I know this because I've had people call me specifically to ask me how to spell commands to type into the terminal. People that can speak English perfectly and know how to read and write. For some reason, they have a problem with these words. Okay, so gparted is installed. Now, if I want to be lazy, I can close that terminal out. Go down to the start thing, go system, administration, go up to gparted and click on it. And here it comes, and it's reading my hard drive, and yay! Okay, now I'm going to make it a little smaller so it's easier to see on the camera. Okay, now, you can see the layout of the hard drive here. First of all, this Linux swap thing has to be turned off, has to be, unmounted. I guess the live CD must be using the swap or something, I don't know. So, what I need to do is I need to take this swap, and it'd be easier actually just to delete it, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to delete it. Then, I'm going to take this ext4 partition, I'm going to remove it. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to go, except I'm not going to go clear to the end, because if I went clear to the end, I wouldn't have any room for my swap. So I need to make sure I've got some room for my swap. And I'm going to go ahead and make it about 3 gigabytes. That'll be fine. And then I'm going to drag it to the center of the drive so that I've got plenty of room for my NTFS partition for Windows XP. So the whole drive is, let's see, free space proceeding. We want to make sure our free space proceeding is just a little bit smaller. Actually, should be about the same size. So let's see if we can get these two to match. They're pretty close. Okay, that's great. So we're going to hit resize move on that one. Then on the NTFS, we're just going to, right click on that and hit resize move. And we're going to stretch it like that. And now they're completely out of proportion. So, yeah, that's not right. That's not right at all. So let's hit undo. Edit, undo. Okay, and let's do that again. Resize move. So we're going to move this down here. Actually, no, cancel, start over. Okay, here's a better idea. New partition. At the end of the drive. Okay, and we're going to make it about 1.5 gigabytes. That's better. Okay, Linux swap. Excellent. So we're going to add that. And then we're going to take the ext4 and we're going to right click on that and drag it down. Probably a better idea. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so now we're going to try to drag that to the center. And if we can... Oh, okay, it's the... I get it now. I get it. We need to make this a little bigger than we thought we needed to. So it needs to be about 150 gigabytes at least. So let's make it 155. Why not? It deserves to be big. It's Linux. So we're going to do that. Excellent. Now we're going to take Windows and we're going to try to do the same thing with it. And it's going to get up to 147 gigabytes. Excellent. Oh, come on now. Don't do that to me. Okay, there we go. And so then we just hit apply. And it says, warning, Will Robinson, warning, warning, you're going to destroy your computer. And I say, yes, destroy it. And so there it goes. And it is deleting the previous swap file. It is creating a primary partition, Linux swap, and then it is moving SDA2 to the right and growing it from 78.93 gigabytes to 152, and then it is growing dev SDA1 from 69 gigabytes to 143, and that's the Windows one. So let's take a look and see where it's at right now. It looks like it's still moving the file system, the Linux one, from left to right. I don't think it's growing the other one yet. Now this usually takes a while. It says it's going to take 40 minutes. I've seen this take 10 seconds before. It just depends on how complicated the file system is that you've got set up. And as you can see, I got a bunch of different file systems here. Got Windows and Linux and all kinds of things all jumbled together. So, it can create NTFS partitions instantly, whereas with a Windows XP CD, you wait, 20 minutes, sometimes 10 minutes for it to create an NTFS partition. So that gives you an idea of how fast this is. And you got to realize I can browse the internet while I'm doing this. While I'm waiting for this all to happen, resize and all this, since this is JU Linux, I can use it for anything I want to. So I'm going to load a web page that's really slow and really big web page, the home page for JU Linux in HD, the big one. And guess what? It's loading. And I probably might even be able to get away with playing a YouTube video that I uploaded while this is going on. And what do you know? It's actually working. Let's see if we can turn it up so we can listen to it. Excellent.
Are you ready for a truly mind-blowing experience?
Yay!
Brace yourself for something like you've never witnessed before. Introducing JU Linux.
Yep.
If using your computer has ever made you want to do this.
See, isn't that cool? So we got all this stuff going on at once. Just show you how powerful JU Linux is. And of course we don't have the 3D desktop going on, but that's because we haven't rebooted the computer into the installed version, which has it going, you know. But anyway, so it looks like it's going to take 30 minutes, and I got no problem with that. I go play a video game or whatever while I'm waiting, or clean the shop. So I'll get back to you when this process gets over. Okay, so back to the Hewlett-Packard nightmare. I got Office, 2007 running on Linux here, and I got the partitions all straightened out and everything. So now what I need to do is I got to copy the information back to the computer, the customer's information, but that all had viruses in it and stuff. Not that affects Linux or anything, but it might affect Windows. So I got to restart the computer and go into Windows, and see if I can figure out how to install my antivirus on there first, so that I don't screw it up, and hopefully that goes well. Well, it doesn't look like I've cleaned up my kernels yet. I'm gonna have to remember to do that. Okay, so go to Windows XP, start it up. I wonder how long this is going to take compared to the other thing. I mean, this is a Virgin Windows XP installation, doesn't have Office 2007 on it or anything yet, so it might, start up pretty fast. I don't know. And also it's got all the drivers installed from Hewlett-Packard, and a lot of those drivers from Hewlett-Packard come bundled with a lot of crap. Now, it looks like it wants to do a disk check because I resized the hard drive, and it doesn't like that because it's Windows and it's paranoid about it. So, which is actually a good thing, because normally Windows doesn't get paranoid enough about hard drive failure like Linux does. But it's going to take 3 steps here. Shouldn't take that long. And then once that completes, it'll start up Windows XP, and I should be able to install all the antivirus and then copy all the person's data to the computer, and hopefully it'll find the viruses in the data as it's transferring to the computer, so that the viruses don't get on the computer to begin with. And then I gotta do the same thing in Linux. So there we go. Now in Linux I might just copy the stuff from the Windows side to the Linux side, because it would be easier that way. There wouldn't be any viruses in the data when it gets on Linux, so that if the lady sends it to someone else or herself and puts it in Windows, it won't screw it up. So now the computer's restarting again. I'm going to have to manually tell it to start in Windows, which I could set this up to automatically start in Windows, but I don't really feel like doing it that way. So anyways, besides I like to encourage people to use Linux. So it's starting up. And I'm not sure how you can put an Energy Star stamp on a laptop that's got Vista on it at the same time, because any computer that's got Windows Vista on it is a power hog. So I'm not sure how you can make, maybe the physical equipment is Energy Star approved, but the software makes the equipment not Energy Star approved. So okay, we got this over here. These are all these drivers and all the important files that I had to make this thing work. So I'm just going to put those over here where they're out of harm's way, where I won't lose them. And there's the specs for the computer itself. And it's finding new hardware, which is interesting. It must be my external hard drive, which hopefully it's not going to be... Oh, wait a second, that's not plugged in. So I don't know what it's finding, but it's interesting. Let's take a look and see. No, I don't want to restart my computer. I already did that once, so I don't know why it keeps wanting to do that. Looks like the audio is muted. Don't know why. Don't care why. There, it's fine. Now, so I'm going to go and I'm going to get the stuff that I need for this computer to antivirus it, and then I'm going to transfer all the files and be done with this thing.